remember where we were all at Memorial Day weekend 2021?
Nope.
Here.
You don't? Yeah, we were here. We were here all weekend.
Running a machine.
Yeah, that's when we got the phone call from a huge Target account and said our competition, who they kept throwing in our face, saying that they're doing a good job as a supplier and they're not looking to move business, had just shut their plant down because they couldn't get material.
And that was a Wednesday, wasn't it?
I think it was on a Wednesday.
And they were going to be shut down on Monday.
The following Monday, yep. And so we started calling them and found out, sure enough, our competitor couldn't get material because we couldn't get it either. And we called our friend out there, Randy, in engineering, and asked him, said, what's more important, keeping your line running or using the material you had on the print? And if y'all remember, he said, use the material that is going to work. And,
yeah, we got some help from one of our key vendors, didn't we?
We did.
Worldwide.
Yeah, worldwide foam. Matter of fact, she told me, said, Mike, if you go up to the end of your street where Schaefer is at, they've got this foam in stock. And we picked up some little samples and brought it down. It was wrong thickness. Y'all, I don't know if y'all remember we were doing that.
I remember wrong thickness.
Yeah, so that was Wednesday evening, I think.
So, that's what we tested the process with, was the wrong thickness.
Yeah, the wrong thickness material. But I think that we actually ordered raw material the following day. I don't think we worked it out that night. I think we ordered the material the following day, and it came in, was it a Friday?
It was Friday.
Friday we got the material.
Friday evening.
Yeah, Friday late.
And that's when I got to say, all right, good luck, guys. And you guys got started. And I think you had already done, one of you had done the layouts, and I think you became our tool maker. You remember that?
Well, that was after every plan we had went sideways.
Yeah, we had a few of those plans that didn't work.
We started with laminating was our big hurdle.
That's right, because it had film on the
Laminating,
top
we had
and
lots
adhesive
of
on the
film.
bottom.
That's right. And we couldn't get it to here without curling it. And so we had to do all the
Didn't we try to do all of it on the rotary?
We tried to do it all on the rotary.
Yeah.
There was two laminates, top and bottom. The film, the adhesive film was on top, and then we started with the film, and now to this point, I think we're still doing that same process.
And we used existing dies that we already had that we were able to match up to the dimensions because we didn't have time to get tooling from Wednesday till Friday.
Yep. And the thickness.
On the rotary. That was on the rotary.
That was
yeah.
on the rotary.
And
But
the thickness.
And it wouldn't pull it through.
It
No.
actually stopped the rotary from running.
Yeah.
It actually just...
I
it
was
in
sitting there with my thumb on the button, pulling the material through
Yeah.
the nip roller. I actually
Yeah.
got carpal tunnel in my thumb.
So what time of the evening was it that we started hitting the panic button?
About 10, I think. That's where Brandon and I peeled off and said, we need a new plan.
Yeah.
And we got the guys together and we said, all right, what do we know and what do we not know? And
Which did you have more of? Stuff you knew or stuff you didn't know?
well, we knew what didn't work, but we didn't quite know what was going to. But we peeled off. We completely rewrote the process. Brandon took a team to the laminators to put film on, and then we had another team on a rotary that was using it as a laminator to put the adhesive on
We
the
were
backside.
planning on putting the adhesive on while we were cutting, right?
in line
Yeah,
on the
we were.
rotary.
Yeah.
But the rotary dies were not working. So
I think we were using the rotary just for the clear at that point in time.
yeah. So we had to completely pivot on approach, and we knew that we had people showing up to make these parts at 5 in the morning, and we didn't have a process, we didn't have a tool.
I
Not much
remember
material
it's
ready.
like midnight and you're making the tool.
I was, and I'm not a die maker,
Well, you were that
but
night.
I was that night. Luckily, it was a simple one.
I think
And,
everyone was pretty tired at that point, and then somebody brought in like 20
100.
cheeseburgers,
got
and
bribed
it
with
re-energized us.
I think we started
So-
finding out too that Brad is a little irritable when he doesn't sleep much. Did y'all notice that, or is that
eat.
just me?
Eat much, yes. We were all in a different, where our schedules were totally off whack.
Yeah.
I think I
Yes.
went home for 4 hours and came back Saturday morning.
And Pete come in, and sometime it was late when he came back. But before we went home, we made parts.
Well, so we got to back up a little bit because then Brad went to the shop, and since our rotary tool wasn't working, he decided to build his own steel rule die to bang these parts out, which I was telling him earlier, I said, how we got to talk about this thing, how this took place. I was the first one to go, Brad, that'll never work. I was sitting there going,
Mr.
you are doing
Optimist.
something like, I said, Brad, you're banging rule together. He's got the steel and he's just banging away in the shop there and he throws this thing together. I'm going, okay, go ahead. The minute he took it, after we got our laminating, I think, down pat, we had sheets made, strips on a skid, his finger was broken, whatever he was doing over there too, holding them on. And then you put the die in, and then he started banging out parts.
It was
and I
on
went,
the
that's
Preco.
not
So
going to happen. It was on the
we
Preco.
gave up on the rotary probably 10
Oh.
o'clock at night.
Yeah.
We did.
Oh, that
Cutting
didn't
it
take
anyway.
long at all
Yeah.
because we couldn't get the material out of it anyways. It
Yeah.
sat there for 2 more days before we could get the material out of it.
And the thing is that they needed 50,000 parts by,
They had to be there Monday, I think.
I think
Yeah.
they,
Yeah.
and it's 10 o'clock on a Friday on a holiday weekend, and we didn't have a process or a tool that worked yet. And
I think they were closed Monday. I think we had Monday as a shipping day. I think when they came in Tuesday, they had to have parts there. I think that's how that worked.
Yep, but we worked it out. We took one process, turned it into 3 separate processes, all came back together, got die cut. We were ready for our operators 5 a.m. on Saturday morning.
Spook came in early the next morning, didn't he?
He did. He came in to
Yeah.
get it dialed in for us.
Was the water jet part of that process making those strips?
Oh,
Yeah.
that's right.
That's
we had-
right. We
we
had
had
to
to
make
split
the
the
strips.
material.
We had to
Split the sheets.
Split the sheets in the water jet first. I don't know how many 4 layers deep or something. We made the strips before they even went to the laminator.
That's what your mill was doing, I think, wasn't it?
And then Mel was doing that. And we had actually 2 laminators laminating those sheets, film, and then adhesive,
And then a rotary, and then a Preco
and then rotary, and then a Preco, right?
to make a rectangle.
To make a rectangle.
Lots of
Yeah, there was
rectangles.
lots of rectangles, Joe.
But it
So
was a lot of things came together. I mean, because Worldwide Foam stepped up to the plate. Project that we had just got a sample from another one of their customers. Called them. They had to pull the material. They had to cut the material to thickness and get it shipped to us. So we got that going and got the material in. So from a phone call on Wednesday mid-morning to Saturday. Did we even run Sunday, or did we get it all done Saturday? Do you remember?
I think there was some running on Sunday
think
because
so,
I think
too.
we were trying to build up stock at the same time because even though they wanted parts by that Tuesday, I think there were more parts due throughout the week. I think it was
I think
just
we
to
ran
get,
all week. I think we
Yeah.
had to keep running because it was just hand to mouth.
Yeah. I don't think we didn't stop for a while.
Then we found out about the sister part. That was the 08s. We found about the 07s.
Mhm.
Ended up getting that material in. But another vendor, ELC, isn't that who sent us the film?
Yeah.
Well, you went through several films.
Did we try stuff we had
Because
in-house
the
first?
adhesive, it wasn't getting wasn't adhering to that material. But then after Brad invented his steel rule die, and then it got compressed in the Preco
Die
from the
cutter,
injection rubber,
9,000.
it actually helped
The midnight
that
special.
pressure sensitive adhesive stay on that block. I know that.
Here's one thing I can tell you that I pulled up some numbers that the business has tripled that we've done with that location since Memorial Day 2021. They had a problem, we solved it, and they've been paying attention to us ever since because that business continues to grow and we continue to get new parts. So, hey, the next time I come with these crazy ideas, I can say, guys, it worked one time. You know that we just got to keep investing in these customers because that one did work out.
That one goes through the plant without us even noticing it now. It is a
That's
regular
true.
job.
Yep.
It goes through, it gets laminated, gets the process, gets the sheets cut, right to the Preco, bangs out, and
Yeah, it's
I
automatic.
don't think we
now.
even see it.
And then
Since then.
it didn't insult to injury. A year later, they come and say, hey, when we gave you that business, your competitor had actually ordered more material that finally came in. Can you guys use their material so we don't stick them with it?
Oh, that's right. Yep.
And we actually worked that out too. We ended up taking and buying their material, bringing it in to help them use it. We wouldn't want somebody to do that to us either. But that was a fun project.
Yeah. A lot of PFM in there.
Yep, a lot of PFM. It was heavy PFM.
Yeah.
I'll tell y'all what PFM
That
stands
was
for
for
later.
Ask him. Good,
It stands for pure
PFM.
fucking magic. I mean,
good. That's what that
Yeah,
was.
it was
Got
excessive
All
PFM
right,
in
all
there.
right.
Yeah.
yeah.
That was a night.
Well,
but,
we
you know.
needed as much of that as we could get.
Yeah,
Because,
true.
you know, our good plan changed abruptly.
Maybe that's why Sur-Seal bought us. They heard about that, and they said, we've got to have those guys. I wonder if that was part of
some
it.
of the PFM we keep in inventory back there.
Yeah, we have a lot of PFM hidden. So, well, one of the great things about working here with our guys is it's never been having to convince somebody it's a good idea to do it. With our team, you know, the first thing somebody says when I go and say, hey, customer's got a problem, we got to help them. Then I get one of those little things that says, how big's the business? And so it makes it a lot easier to talk people into it when you can say, hey, this is $500,000 worth of business. But it is a good thing about our team is that when you come in with these lane brain requests, very seldom do we ever get somebody push back, say, why are we going to do that? Why should we have to do that? Wasn't our problem.
Just Jim. But
Well, yeah, but we don't care about what Jim says. And
Well, I got to say, this kind of work, it's converting. We see everything. I mean, it's something that it never stops. It'll never go away. That's what it'll always be, a new day tomorrow with every project, because of guys like you who are bringing in this
the crazy stuff.
crazy stuff. And then we're just looking at it like we just got through yesterday with a crazy thing. Now we got to start a new crazy
But
thing.
you know, the best customers we have are the ones that have a problem. Because
Yes.
if they don't have a problem, we don't get to show them what we're good at.
Yep.
that's right.
So unfortunately, or I guess fortunately, we have a lot of customers with problems.
How did we react when we found out we had to do all that? It was like another day.
It was.
Well, and night.
I mean, bottom line, it was
And-
like
and a
in
couple
night,
nights.
couple nights, but it was nothing surprising or unusual for us to go into that panic mode or that process of developing some kind of something to make it happen. So,
yeah,
Well,
we.
it's a good open mindset.
I think that was one that we actually done a good job of saying, I don't know, but we're going to try.
Yeah, I was going to say that saying no is easy. Anybody can do that. Saying yes is hard, and I think we're good at saying yes.
That's true. What is it? That whole under promise, over deliver thing. I don't know that we live up to that a whole lot. I think we promise and over deliver. So, man, we must be good. It is fun to look back. At the time, I don't know that we were having fun because I think that, like you said, everyone was tired, getting stressed out, and then a lot of things we started checking off the list. A lot of things that's not working. So it was a little stressful, but it was a whole lot better when we all stood around and watched Spook and those guys the next morning making parts and put them in a box.
Banging away,
Yeah,
making little blocks.
that was good. Hey, is that tool still here? Do we still have that little tool that you
The
made?
midnight special.
Yeah, we need to put that in a frame somewhere.
It should be on the
I
wall.
don't think that one. I don't think that one survived. We had to retool professionally.
Because we changed a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
Parts, the dies got bigger and got a little better yields.
optimize the process
Mhm.
after we figured it out.
It matured into a great process. I mean, it's just
Yeah.
a no-brainer now. It just blows right through the company. So it's not.
Well, once we got all the parts made, customers in Texas, and it's a weekend, so it's not like you call up UPS or you call up Motor Freight. So we did work with Chad, who has a relationship. What's the guys that come and pick up stuff that from Armacell and they bring it in here all the time? So he had to arrange with a trucking company to come in and pick the parts up and put a team of drivers in there so they wouldn't have to stop. And they drove them to Tyler, Texas. When they came in that next morning, the parts were sitting there waiting on them.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, you know, the fun thing about our job is that we stayed up all night, worked on all of that, and then a couple weeks later, Brackman goes out to see the account, and people are coming out of the shop floor high-fiving him. Thank you so much. You saved us. You put us back to work. And he goes, what are y'all talking about? No, I'm just kidding. He knew what he was talking about. But yeah,
That sounds about right.
yeah, but it was really neat that, I mean, people on the shop floor knew that it was that close to having them shut down.
Yeah, they got a paycheck.
Oh,
there.
that affected a lot of people.
They
then.
got,
I didn't realize that.
oh yeah, I mean, it
Oh, I
shut the whole plant down.
Yeah.
And but yeah, he got to go around high-fiving everybody. But the business grew, and we got the fruits of our labor, or the fruits of y'all's labor. I kind of watched, but that was really cool. And guys, doing all of that, it sounds like it was extraordinary. And, maybe sometimes we wished it was, but, jumping through those hoops, making the unimaginable happen, it is what we do. And,
Every day.
Yeah. And really glad, Brad gives me a hard time and says, why don't I just go sell something that we already make? But how boring would that be? And, but our business has grown because we are able, not just able, we're willing, capable, and able to make those kind of things happen. And customers don't forget it. And that's how you grow your business. So again, we just need more customers with problems. I think years ago, I don't even remember who started kind of coining the phrase, but we wanted to say yes. And I think we actually tried to put something together, and that was in our, guiding principles or something that we were doing.
We start with yes.
We start with yes. And I will admit, sometimes it's a whole lot easier to say yes than it is to make it happen. But, it's really a good feeling when you can say yes to a customer that's in trouble. But you have to be careful. You got to make sure that you can say it and do it. Because you don't make them real happy if you say sure and then don't. Yeah. So I think we've been real successful in taking an opportunity or a problem and being able to say yes and make it happen. And guys, you remember the PFM that we talked about? We do it every day. And a lot of our customers, they put it on the drawings and stuff that says Sur-Seal maintains a high level of PFM. And if they ever find out that PFM really stands for just pure fucking magic, we're in trouble. But right now, they still think it's a good thing.